GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dives, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Genzio's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
GM, what's going on, everyone? Doodles, my man, here on this wonderful Wednesday. I feel like that's something you would say. How you doing,
It is
my
a
man?
wonderful Wednesday to everybody. GM Mr. Dabatola, GMX, GM Genzio, everybody that's watching us live here. Thanks for having me on, my guy.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we streamed a morning stream here, and it's good to get back to doing it. And I'm glad to have you on. We had an amazing time at ETH Denver, and we, me, you, Action, Toki, the whole crew, Genzio crew was there for like roughly 9 days. We were streaming daily, just tackling everything there. And now I know we came back, we were all a little bit sick. Everyone was catching up on stuff. And now finally we're back and streaming. Actually, we would have done this on Monday, full disclosure, but as everyone knows, X is
down.
Now, I don't want to say anything bad about X being down because Big Papa Elon, I don't want him to shut our fabulous stream down or our reach. But but yeah, these things happen. I guess I'm actually curious of what really did happen. I did see one clip. Elon said that there were cyber attacks and that the IPs were coming from Ukraine. Now, anybody can spoof IPs, but who knows? Who knows if that's just him talking some smack and getting political. But I mean, we're back, we're live. X is working right now. We're good. So,
absolutely, man. Happy to be here with everybody, and just keeping positive vibes. Markets are a little bit wonky. I'm not really looking at charts. They're going up, they're going down. Spirits are great. Just coming back from the ETH Denver conference, a lot of builders are out there just shaking. And between rollups and ZKs and the grants that were going on, I think we met some really cool people. Interviewed a whole bunch. I'm rocking some of the gear and some of the swag from the hash pack. So.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Really cool.
I'm in a shirt that I got out there from Akash, and I had to grab it because it has the whole like Texas come and take it theme.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, we loaded up on some merch while we're out there as well too, and it was nice. These projects brought some good swag.
How can you not want to go out there and meet a bunch of cool ass people and they get some free shit from Web3? So now we're a walking billboard, and I love it.
Well, it's crazy too because Action. I said this on like every stream when we were there. It's free if you're local. If you're interested in anything Web3, crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain, anything, just like fill out 3-4 little things on the website. You get a free ticket. You go in, and then not to mention you could have just gone in even if you wanted to just go and like get a whole new like closet, like wardrobe, because you could have just went in there and picked up a few hoodies, some flip flops, a whole bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, no, a lot of people missed out on that. I mean, but you know, it is what it is. And now we got, you know, there's a lot of actually events and conferences coming up. I don't know which ones we're gonna go out to, but they just seem to be coming up quick. There's like Paris Blockchain Week, Mining Disrupt. I think there's
for gaming.
Yeah, gaming. Now I know Genzio is going to be out there, Snooch, and possibly Action. A few others are going to be out in San Francisco.
GDC, baby.
For GDC. So
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you definitely got to find them. If you're watching, make sure to link up with them out there, and they're going to provide some great coverage, get interviews, and see what's up. And then I think really the next main one for us is going to be Token 2049, heading out to Dubai, doing that conference. There's also awesome. Wait, listen to this. This is the best part. Well, this is the added best part. SWE, or as some people say, SUI, we'll say SWE. Basecamp, their event, which happened last year in Paris, is now going to be at Dubai during the same week. So you're going to have a couple
doubling down.
Yeah. So being there the whole week, we're going to have two amazing conferences. I have to say, Basecamp last year was one of my favorites. Solana Breakpoint was probably my favorite, but they had a very awesome. This is before there was all a bunch of attention from the summer and fall on them. There was a lot of gaming. There was the decks. There was meme. It was great. So I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like in Dubai that week. And then of course we got Karate Combat that happens at the tail end, which will all be there live streaming and in the mix. So we got some great stuff coming up, and we're gonna, you know, talk about more of that in detail as we get closer to it. But as you were saying, market's a little bit wonky.
Markets are cooked, guys. Retweet this space, GM. Share this out. All right, take some people that need to hear this. Calm down. Everything's gonna be cool. I got my second.
No, I quit. That's it. I quit. I'm done with crypto. I'm out. I'm unplugging. That's it. Bitcoin had fallen to 80 or so. My alt bags are destroyed. Everything is over. 78. The world's over. Look, as painful as it is to see some of this, it's not even painful in the sense that, like, looking at Bitcoin, sure, it's down 25% from all-time high, roughly, maybe a little bit more. You'll see that in cycles when you zoom out, right? Absolutely. But what really is hurting my feelings is altcoins. There's some altcoins that have now hit all-time lows, and you would have thought that this would have happened last year, a year and a half ago, even a few months ago, like before the election hype here in the States. But
people bought the hype and sold the news. And I think that people getting a little bit carried away with, you know, Trump's inauguration, people had something to look forward to. All right. Now we're in utter despair. You know, the markets are getting a little wonky. I honestly think that when you start seeing the Fed, global government, and politicians all push forward towards crypto, there's no way that it's losing this cycle. And thinking about it, compared to where we were last year, Scott, to where we were this year, we were at like 48, 52. We're at like 80, 83, 82, maybe 79. We're not doing too bad.
Yeah, well, let me go to Bitcoin. So, like, no more. This must be action. Yeah, make sure you guys are retweeting, reposting the space, and we're going to be getting flagged for copyright infringement right about now. Well, it
couldn't have been as bad as me just streaming the UFC. I'm sorry, UFC. That was a misunderstanding.
Don't say.
We never talk about that again.
No, but when you're saying about 48 or 50,000, and you're right. Like, look, as far as the cycle and the last few years is concerned, Bitcoin is doing its thing. I mean, even right now, I'm looking at 82,000. Let's do, there we go. At 82,000, it's not bad. Like, this is good. You're right. It's up from last year. You're still up significantly. I think, though, that a lot of people are getting caught up in the cycle, caught up in this, and they're like, all right, things are going to go parabolic. They're waiting for altcoins to just go to crazy, crazy numbers. everything's going to go to new all-time highs. And I think people hold on to that mainly because a couple cycles ago, each cycle, we know that there's more projects, there's more tokens, there's more things out there, there's more competition, right?
More liquidity generally.
So I feel like now where everyone's expecting things to get to past their all-time highs again, I think a lot of things won't get there. I think your main mid caps, big caps, will. But I know a lot of people are scared.
Dude,
you shouldn't sell, just hold it.
Polygon was one of the biggest EVM ETH tokens within the whole ecosystem. Dude, they're at 20 cents right now. That is an ultra buy. All right. I remember when they were peaking $1.80. And just a few years ago, everyone was bullish on Polygon. Now I feel like liquidity is just spread thin. I feel like between SUI and Arbitrum and Optimism and Unichain and these super chains, it's interesting to see where people are just focused to. And I don't know, Scott, I don't personally think that we're going to see the ultimate high for alts. Some of those alts are at new all-time lows. Stuff like in the metaverse, like Sandbox, Ape Token, and Mana, they're definitely not going back to all-time highs. And that just makes me more bullish on native tokens like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. I'm reading a lot of things about this global currency and XRP. And I don't know.
Ethereum, here's ETH right now at 1876, 1877.
Get the goddamn stable coin.
Look, I think, obviously Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, I think all these chains are going to be here. They're going to be around for a long time. I think that if you're day trading, even like swing trading on the weekly or whatnot, yeah, people are like, oh shoot, we need this to go up because probably you're down. But overall, in the long scheme, if you're DCAing in over time and you're putting in money that you could afford to lose, then that means you don't necessarily need it to like go pay your phone bill, go pay your mortgage or your rent or something. So you could tough it out during these. This is the times where you just don't necessarily look at your portfolio.
Right.
I do feel that I don't want to say that we've been like duped or what the right word is, but you're right.
We are manipulated.
But you said before, like there's from the election, look, everything, it all pumped up. There's all this hype.
Super hype.
Trump gets in office. There's lots of positive things for crypto. And they're very positive because I think we're going to get clear regulation, more support. But there's lots of other things that have been happening that have been done by the new administration and just globally that are affecting markets and really affecting crypto too. And it's getting severely manipulated. And we're returning back to those levels at right before the election almost.
People are getting a little scared.
I think we got a couple weeks, of maybe this choppiness continues a little bit before we go back up. I'm not sure how you feel.
Historically, just looking on previous cycles, I remember, I've been in crypto since 2017. It seems like forever. People that are just getting into crypto are sold a different narrative, and the narrative may be that Trump is doing this reserve with the U.S. or the Federal Reserve is now accumulating cryptocurrency. My shift from 2017 was pretty much the hype cycle. 2021, it was a lot driven by meme coins and NFTs. We saw the surge of non-fungible tokens. We're not seeing that necessarily this cycle, even though NFTs have made a huge return. This cycle is predominantly ETFs, politicians, and new crypto law. Just recently, Thailand.
So you think the retail hasn't really come in yet?
I don't think that retail will have a big enough impact. We still don't have any stimulus from the US. We don't have all this extra money. And I don't think that it's going to be an injective inflow of capital from retail investors. I honestly think that, Scott, it's probably going to come from institutions. It's probably going to come from big companies that are figuring out which chain, what's the cheapest, what's more scalable, infrastructure of ownership. Dude, I like Hedera, man. Hedera was 5 cents in recent times, and it's up like over 400%. Going to ETH Denver, we went to the HederaCon, me, yourself, Action, the Genzio team, and I'm still wearing the Hedera hashback, dude. I like what they're doing.
But you said a keyword in all that. You said
I think
stimulus.
corporate.
Do you think there's been some talks about with this Doge whatever initiative savings and stuff here in the States? Do you think if the administration actually gives refund checks that are, you know, from the hundreds up to possibly 5,000 or more,
7,000?
do you think that if, you know, every American, you know, got $5 grand, $8 grand, $1,000, do you think that I mean, do you think that they would actually retail would then come into crypto, or do you just see that as more of like a more bullish indicator in the economy that everyone's very happy they got money they're going to spend or pay bills, and therefore just overall economy lifts crypto?
I'm hearing a lot of circulation with recession, and
I'm hearing Trump session is what they were saying, and I was just like, wait a minute, like that's gotta be some Trump haters, but somebody was breaking it down that they're like the reasoning. It could actually lead towards it being a recession actually nicknamed after a president, which has not happened before.
A Trump
I don't
know. With the recession talk, I hear that it's going to give the Fed opportunity to lower interest rates. You know, globally right now, I don't think that there's a lot of bullish momentum outside of just governments and ETFs flowing capital into the crypto market. I know that, you know, Trump is extremely bullish. I think we could still very much go into a recession. I think that injecting the market with extra capital, there's going to be some inflow. I don't think that everybody is just focused right now on crypto. A lot of people still don't have crypto wallets. I said this in 2020 that everybody in 2024 would have a crypto wallet. That's just not the case. You know, the way that wallets are now being easily integrated with emails, I think we're going to see a huge uptick of new inflow of users. Everybody is focused on Bitcoin right now. After that ETH Denver conference, just programmable money on Ethereum seems to be the way that dApps, blockchains, layer 2s are all rolling out, Scott. So, yeah, what's your sentiment on it right now? Do you think that the inflow of stimulus could help crypto? Do you think it's enough to move the metrics?
I mean, last cycle, you know, everyone was home, got this money, and there was lots of hype at the time. So people had dumped into crypto. I see this being more institutional than retail this time. But I think a little bit of the disconnect is going to come from, and this has come up recently, companies or projects that actually have revenue. So you have a lot of projects that have really huge market caps, and everyone talks about millions, hundreds of millions, billions, and things like that. But when it comes down to revenue, and are they making money? Are they profitable? Is there a service? Are people using it? Like how is money generated? I think that is actually going to start affecting a lot of the projects and our sector. It's going to be a lot less on speculation, and it's going to be more on what's happening. And I think, you know, maybe I'll go out on a limb here, but like stock market to a certain degree, you know, you have reports and all these companies are showing their earnings. So now, you know, if as stricter guidelines are looked at some of these projects, then, you know, it's going to determine revenue is going to determine a lot of this. You know, how can you say you're worth billions of dollars if you have no revenue either? So I think we're going to get a little bit away from speculation.
Volume. Yeah, you know? No, I agree. I think that the market is definitely moving away from the speculation aspect, and there's a meta shift that's going to be happening, Scott. I honestly think that more people want to see the tech succeed. They're going to invest into real tech. People want to make
the tech's going to be used. I think a lot of
tech is going to be used.
I think a lot of it was like, hey, you know, we're developing this and this is what it could do. And, you know, we could process this many transactions or this or that. I think there needs to also be a need for.
Everyone's saying they're the fastest. Everyone's saying that they're the cheapest, dude.
So there needs to be a need. So then, you know, like there's the demand and the need. So I think that now a lot of this technology people are using it, and you're seeing that also with like RWA. So blockchains being brought into everyday businesses and assets and commodities. So now when you start seeing that technology being used, I think that's where you'll see the projects that have real services or products and could generate revenue really succeed. And I think those are going to be the projects that will continue to strive and hit their new all-time highs, where some of these others that were just very speculative and hype from last cycle and hoping it carried into hype again this cycle, might fizzle away a little bit.
I think honestly, the biggest issue with bringing more people into crypto is how do you explain to a traditional investor when tokens go down, 60-70%? They're not used to that volatility. No, just seriously, if you look back on the entire market of stocks, that happened very few times in decades. And the reason being is, like you mentioned, just to expand and elaborate, is it's based off of revenue. Products need to be sold, services need to be exchanged for those companies to net profit and to be worth more, to be more valuable tomorrow and in the future. It's almost now that we're seeing that the believers of crypto, the believers of tokens are actually community, right? Like when tokens go down 60-80%, take a look at any meme token that has no tech backing it. The only reason why that token will go up is the speculation of existing holders and the dedication towards that project, that token, that ecosystem that they're trying to create. So when I see people like extra bullish on Bitcoin, Bitcoin has already proven the test of time over decades. Now that it's a long store of value, you're seeing governments, Michael Saylor, MicroStrategies, like they're all dumping millions of dollars into it. Michael Saylor's prediction of Bitcoin hitting 5 million is not unrealistic. I think we need like $100 trillion in total global market cap for crypto. And if you take a look at Scott, like the stock market, they're at like 380 trillion. So I could definitely see, Bitcoin like over surging 250K in future. Analysts are always going to tell you to be more bearish than they are. They don't want to make these public calls and be wrong. But I'm excited for the future, dude. And I think that if we're looking at dominance, everybody's getting into Bitcoin. We're seeing more ATMs. We're seeing more treasuries, governments backing it. Donald Trump, every time that Bitcoin slides, he buys like 30 to 250 million. So it's nuts.
Man, before I bring up one thing that you had mentioned in there, like the word of the day, not really, meme coins. Everyone, make sure to smash the like, retweet this, and drop some comments in the chat of maybe something you want us to pull up or some interesting news, and we'll give a take or whatnot. But no, we were talking just now, like you're saying, about some of these. There are some actual businesses that they're valued at billions, but they don't really seem to generate. There are very few of them. I consider like Twitter, Action said Spotify. Yeah, but there's still revenue coming in. It's just not enough. But you said meme coins, right?
Dude, Uber was just profitable, I think, in 2024. So, and Uber's been around for over a decade, dude.
But no. Yeah, that's an odd one too. You would think that the model would be profitable regardless, but I'm sure there's overhead with servers and real-time calculations. But no, you said meme coins, and I just want to pivot real quick to that because, man. So are meme coins cooked? Are we done? Like, what's going on? Like,
are meme coins cooked? Like, I think that narratives become so fast moving that people sometimes don't have any longevity and think about the long term, Scott, of if that token, if that community is worth hanging on to. And I think that's the underlining and root problem. I think that it's so easy right now to find a token with new attention and see if you can, 2x, 3x and chase, than actually just believing in something. People don't have no belief right now.
So the thing is if we see a shift, let's say with the market, where there's less speculation, it's more revenue based, right? That will directly obviously affect meme coins, because meme coins is all hype. That's all it has, and community and speculation. People are buying in. There's a community. You want it to go up. So that could put a serious impact on it. Now, I'm wondering if the market cooling off right now. I know pump funds, I heard volume is at like the lowest it's ever been. I'm wondering
the trenches are drying up, Scott.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the case right now, that even some of the biggest memes that were dominant over the last year and a half or more are not being talked about. So I'm wondering if overall the narrative is going to switch again.
dude, look at the whiffs, look at the popcats, look at the mogs of the world. They've decreased over 80%, 90%, and even founders are not as enthusiastic as they once were earlier in the cycle. Second thing I also think is, will meme coins disappear? Obviously not. They're woven into the crypto ecosystem. They're attention-based coins. So like WIF 2 years ago was the hottest meme coin. It was well almost into the 2 billions, and right now it's just slipped below a billion. I honestly don't see WIF ever returning to a billion. It was, in my opinion, like a derivative.
I think the only way it does is if we have a parabolic run on alts and everything just explodes.
We could. But I just don't see the narrative just panning out. I think people have become so cyclical. Let's read this comment. Zoom out, way out. I agree.
Everything is beautiful and primed for 2025 bull run coming to town. And I hope so. I hope that when we get to that, that Bitcoin's just ripping by May and everything is going nuts. I think, though, the meme coin narrative is going to change, though, with this. I think it's going to be more on shorter term plays that explode.
When I can hold real meme coins in my Trezor, that's when I'll
Trezor. Your Canadian A?
My Canadian A. I honestly don't have anything in this thing. This is like a nice desk weight that I've been using for like years just to keep on my thing. And this thing was like worth like $480 at one point. I don't know how cheap it got right now, being so old. But
it's funny. I got like a small stack of hardware wallets going on over here that I need to use. And actually, there's this one I've been dying to use it, but I want to do a video on it. And it's just a long story, but it's the One Key Pro.
This thing. Let's see that one again. Show that back on camera. That looks dope, dude. That looks
it's like a screen. I need to do a video on it. It looks badass, and it should be pretty cool. So, but really cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think that we'll get to a point market starts ripping again. Some of these memes with strong communities will do well, but I just see like an overall kind of like shift in sentiment. I think.
We had now yesterday DM me a CA. All right. Now, if King Snoop, he hates fucking meme coins. Excuse me. He hates meme coins. All right. I'm not supposed to cuss on this.
I went straight to Deck Screener and I'm like, this isn't pulling up anything. I go, what is this?
That's what I said. What is this? Like, that was my exact. I can even pull up the chat. I don't know how bullish I am on all gaming tokens. And the only reason why I'll say that is because they still need users. They still need mass adoption. If big companies like Epic and Rockstar Games are still in the development and they've had billions of dollars, I'm not saying it's impossible to generate a solid community of gamers and users that love Web3. I just don't think the timing of it is this cycle. I'm not saying the token can't 1x, 2x, 5x. I haven't honestly done research on the token, but when I heard that it was gaming, and then I saw it, I thought about it myself. And I said, is this relatable to me, my demographic? And for the average person, if they're not bred on gaming, I don't think that they're going to want to invest into a smaller gaming ecosystem than Bitcoin.
I have a pretty strong opinion on gaming just in general at Web3. I love gaming. Like, I used to be very heavy first-person shooter gamer for many years. For me, Web3 gaming hasn't fully got there. They're pushing it and it's close. And I'm not just wrapped up in playing games all the time. Otherwise, I'd probably be one of those in that sector trying to push it along a bit. But it hasn't matured to that level for me yet. Now, I feel that the easiest way, and I'll say easiest, but it's not obviously easy, is that the biggest console and gaming and PC gaming companies or producers out there need to really be the ones tapping into Web3 and see more elements where, there's certain even L1s where I feel like if it became more simple to use, or that you didn't really realize you're using it, that it becomes second nature. So with gaming, I feel like if they embed it in a way that you don't realize it's sort of like Web3, but you still have your ownership and still could do things, then you'll naturally get more involved and then you'll build off that. And I'm sure there's stuff going that direction, but I'm just not up to speed with that. I don't feel it's got to that maturity. Once I see I'll be honest, once I see like an
Once I see
absurdly
Rockstar
ridiculous
Games-
first-person shooter game comes out, where I'm just like, whoa, like blown away because
But
it's
it's not even
fast,
the
snappy,
graphics,
or whatever.
It-
Then we're good. But you think the graphics will come along too? Because
No, the graphics are there. I just think it's the
No, no,
user base using crypto, and I just don't feel that a lot of the gamers are. I took a look at some stats, and it's honestly
decentralized
interesting.
GPUs is going to help too with that.
Yep, yep. Mobile gaming and PC gaming now accounts for more than 50% of the entire gaming market. So consoles are actually, not being purchased as much as they need to be. And the same thing with physical discs, because now they've switched to this Steam model where everybody wants to game online. Everybody wants to game off a latest iPhone and a controller. And I love the controller actually on the iPhone, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, this was the token.
But is this Wildpaper 2.0 is live? Details.
I have no idea
Wildcard
what
is
this is.
launched. WC token. Airdrop 20% of the supply of the community. Initial retroactive airdrop. This is by Icy. This post.
Well, IC is definitely a reputable individual here in the crypto community, valued crypto community member. Scott, I only believe like 20% I see on the timeline. I have to do my research. I have to jump through the rabbit holes. I have to do the soul scans, the ETH scans. But I think gaming has a place here. I just think, like you said, it's not in that frame. Some of our comments and some of our audience mentioned Karate Combat. Extra bullish on them. You guys can see I got a few things set up with them in the background. Really cool stuff. Let's go. Karate Combat fired up.
I was at my base, Karate. You know the drill. Yeah, no.
Somebody yesterday on stream jumped up and said, "Scott, what's with this token that's Karate Combat dropped on Solana?" And I was kind of confused. I'm not too sure.
What the Karate token on Solana?
Yeah, what is that?
It's another. It's their token. I'm gonna try to.
Is it official?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me see what it's doing. Is this it? Oh no, that's there. Hold on. I'm in a different screen trying to pull it up. But yeah, no.
Is it official? Damn.
It's official. If I could
Official
find
like
it.
a whistle.
Yeah, this is it. It's down from when it launched. It launched around 1 million, but
things are always down from where it launches.
Yeah, I mean the market's down.
Don't tell me that this is a pump token. Can we look at the contract?
No, it's not.
Right?
No,
it definitely is not. Right?
No, but no. Look, let's go to.
So I want to know how we got to get Larpin on here or President Awesome or somebody from the KC team just to explain how this kind of gets integrated into the ecosystem and everything that they're doing. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, no. So since we're talking karate a bit, just pulled it up here.
We'll be here.
At the screen.
We will.
This is the one that we will be at in Dubai, and look at that, Smiling Sam. That's awesome. So
I
yeah,
hung out with them in the pit after at Denver, Eat Denver after the
man,
broadcast was awesome.
He is such a stand-up guy, super nice,
Oh,
and
dude.
I remember getting to the pit, and he was there. I think with one of his kids and Harley's, having him in the pit, showing him some stuff and running up the pit walls and all that. So really great guy. It's gonna be awesome to see him fight again. I haven't seen him fight in a bit. I forget how long it's been.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute for Sam, and I'm really happy to see him back in there. Cool. We got a couple belts on the line going into it. Dope stuff.
Let's see. Hold on.
Can't wait. It'll be my first time going to Dubai as well too. And dude, it's funny because you guys will be on like a 20-hour flight or an 18-hour flight, and I'll be on like a 6-hour flight flying out of Thailand. So
yes, you're relocating to Thailand tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, dude, my plane got jumped up like 12 hours, and I'm flipping out. I'm flipping out.
What do you mean? You're leaving earlier than you expected?
I'm leaving 12 hours earlier than expected. So
how do they bump up a flight that much?
They literally canceled my flight and rebooked me on another flight without even letting me know. So I went back to my check-in and I was like, all right, well, check-in's probably going to be coming up in the next like I don't know, 30 hours, generally 24 hours, you get check-in, and boom, I just got bumped up. So the only notification that I got was not from the airline agency or travel agencies, was from my credit card company. So Amex,
So-
shout out to Amex. We got to get a sponsor here for Genzio. Have
Yeah.
Amex drop their own token backed by the Gen Z.
So now after this, you're gonna what? You're gonna, I'm assuming you're run a space later, but you're gonna be packing and scrambling because you're getting all your stuff together to get on that 20-hour flight to Thailand, and then you're gonna be posted up there as a digital nomad, doing your thing, creating content, representing Genzio, Doodlegenics, and everybody out there. And then we are all gonna rendezvous and meet up in Dubai in about 6 or 8 weeks from now.
Well, two things. I plan to make it almost my residency of being out in Thailand. We have people like Toki on the team. John from Genzio absolutely loves it out there. But also, I'm a big fan of Vegas. You know, having Keith out there, being a warm climate place as well too. A lot of sun. Having ultimate, extreme couture there.
Lots of happening in Vegas right now, because
I think the future is bright. You know,
look, you'll either be chilling in Thailand for a bit, and if you come back to this hemisphere, I could see you ending up in like Vegas or something. Especially with now, like I'm sure it's out there. There's been posts or whatnot, but Genzio opening up an office in Vegas.
Dude, I saw that office with David. That thing looks sweet.
You look right out the window. You could see the Sphere. They got a studio set up. Yeah, like literally, it's huge. Like it's the whole background out the window. It's like right there. You could touch it. But no, that they have a studio for interviews, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on there because in Vegas, there's just tons of conferences. I mean, just in crypto alone, there's at least 2 coming up.
We gotta get to that
Bitcoin
Vegas
and Rare Evo
conference. Yeah, isn't it similar time to when we're lining up to do Dubai, or is that just after?
Yeah. Oh, so there's the look at that. Look at him sitting there and look at the Sphere out the window. Isn't that insane? No, you probably do have to talk about figuring out your trip, because with how the conferences line up, you might want to go from like Thailand to Dubai, and then from Dubai come to either
Vegas.
Might even want to go stop by home, because there's going to be Consensus and the future Consensus and the Future Con, then Vegas at the end of May. So you might end up coming back and doing a tour of some 2-3 conferences before you end up going back to Thailand. So things are going to get busy. And you know what I hope, and I hope for everybody out there watching, listening in, is that I hope that the market goes parabolic by then, and that I hope that everybody's bags that they've been holding on to for those tokens hit all-time highs, and that everybody gets to that point where they realize, hey, it's time to take some profits and scale out, start scaling out of some positions. So let's hope for this market to reverse, and instead of being at 82, we end up at 182 for Bitcoin. Because if we ended up there, all these altcoins would be 30% higher just by default, the way it's all, the way things work.
Dude, the market would be absolutely on fire. And we definitely got to line up, make sure that we're hitting all the major events. Genzio is definitely get the media coverage. They've been doing a phenomenal job partnering up with some of the biggest conferences out there.
Dude,
Denver was amazing.
Genzio's killing it. Media partner for ETH Denver. They're going to be media partner for the one in Toronto for I forget what it is, Futurist.
Dude, you guys are coming home. You guys are coming home.
Look at there's a lot of new
on May
clients
15, I'll be
just
back.
signed up. So
when's that conference in Toronto?
During the week of Consensus. I think it's like the 13th or 14th.
Fuck,
so there's 2 conferences during that same week.
I'm back on the 15th.
You booked a return back for the 15th?
Yeah, am I missing it? Am I missing it?
Yeah, what you probably want to do is book that ticket back a few days earlier, and then book your ticket to go back to Thailand like the first week of June, because you'll want to stay for at least 2 weeks to do the Toronto stuff and to do Bitcoin Vegas and Karate Combat and everything. So anyways, as everyone's watching us talk about our schedules, Our particular schedules aren't that important, only important in the sense that we're going to be at some of these events to stream and provide great content. But the thing is that you out there should be trying to see if you can make it to one of these events if they're close. If you're in Canada, during Consensus or the Futurist Con, if you're in Vegas, if you're, if you could get a ticket and turn it into a vacation, and even if some of the conference tickets are out of price just for the day stuff, the thing that you start doing is looking at all the different side events that you could go to and start reaching out to friends of where you could get in, because a good 90% of the best relationships and introductions happen at those side events.
Because at the event, it's like you got to be super corporate. Yeah, it's a little dry. It's super corporate.
Unless you come by, unless you come by the Genzio booth, because we were there at ETH Denver all day long. It was not dry at all. We had, all I know is Action was hammering out interviews. Dude, by request, like after Monday, it wasn't even towards the main days of the conference. The word was already out that if you wanted some attention on your project, you wanted to be asked real good questions, not some BS layup ones that you could hear on any kind of short or whatever. You'd go by the Genzio booth and ask for Action, because he was giving real content. He was giving people the real opportunity. Look, and the thing is that I only think a few have actually been posted. There's a ton more content that's going to be dropped on the Genzio X YouTube, Action's YouTube as well. So everybody, make sure you're following and you're got notifications on, you're tuned in, because there's just so much, alpha that comes from that
out there from ETH Denver that I personally think, that's just me, that we're gonna get like at least 50,000 to 500,000 views on, and we're gonna show you the excitement and the capitulation of what happens with investing into crypto without doing your research. Trading. Just having fun,
When that video comes out, it's going to be great, and I love how it's awesome because we're talking, and then we somehow circle back to ETH Denver, just because there was just so many great things came from there. And we're gonna have that video's, I don't even know when it's gonna come out. I think it's just gonna be released, and I'm gonna get a link, and it's gonna be like, hey, look,
we gotta do it.
Here you are on the internet going viral.
This stream is pretty good. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in, guys. Make sure that you're subscribing to the Genzio account. Make sure that you have those notifications on. These guys do amazing spaces with some of the biggest projects, biggest platforms, some of the biggest KOLs, influencer CEOs, developers in the space. A lot of alpha always being learned and shared. So definitely get in there.
It's awesome because here on X, and we're streaming through their YouTube as well, but provide a great platform for us to be able to, bring news, what's going on, just sort of like behind the scenes kind of real talk with the GM live. And we're going to be doing it on Friday as well. So it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to get on a good schedule there. And the other thing that's
I get back on Friday. I actually miss a whole day.
Look at everyone. Doodles is just wrapped up on how he booked his plane tickets wrong. He'll have to. I'm going to send you the conference.
Why, everybody's messaging now? Oh no,
no, I'm just.
we got the chat going crazy on this. Well, listen, we're gonna get out to every event, and as long as Genzio wants me to be there, as long as the right people are wanting to get that media covered, I'm always willing to go. I'm a digital nomad. We're gonna get phone, the setup. I got the DJIs going. We're gonna get drone coverage, dude. I'm bringing everything out. I can't wait for crypto to start really being the talk of the investing community. Right now, I just don't feel that it's happening. Well,
I have to plug it because you're saying just such. Oh well, whatever. This just got pulled up. Hold on. I guess we'll detour to this for a second. No, we won't. We have a producer today behind the scenes. So part of the GM Live thing is there's a small crew of us within the team that we're gonna rotate in here between Action, Toki, Doodles, myself to provide this. But also the great thing about Genzio on the X account is that every day there's multiple spaces and you could learn so much. RWA, DPIN, just you name it, just marketing, advertising in general. And I think even right after this, there's one coming up either at noon or at 1 p.m. And so no, it's just such a great platform to be able to, you know, talk like this and go over the market and have a good time, as well as just tons of alpha and other stuff on there. Now,
Can we give away something on the stream? Does producers want us to give anything away?
You know what? I'm not sure how that works
Swag,
because we're
merch.
not giving out financial advice, even though
This is not
you
a
know,
financial advice.
no,
GM,
but you know what? We should check with the producers, and then if so, let's come back on Friday with a giveaway. Then, if we can,
dude,
do
we
that.
got so much fucking merch that we can give away.
We got so much beeping merch that he can give away.
We got so much bleeping merch we could give away. It is not funny.
Well, that is true too. You know what? I'll go through some of the stuff that I grabbed that I was like, I don't know, but it's still pretty cool. And maybe there's a couple things that we'll be able to do a giveaway for everyone that's starting to tap in and support the GM live streams and what we're doing here. And
did we get an update from Action? Giveaway live on Friday, stream only live here on GM Live. So make sure you guys tap in, guys. We'll make sure that it's worth it. We'll get you some swag. We'll get you some crypto. You never know what we're gonna give away on the space, but yeah, I want an update from Action. He was just up in Vegas, and
I would love to just
doing some interviews.
I see him on the stage, but
Doing
there he goes. He pulls there. You know what? We could pull him up here. I don't know if he'll get upset because, you know, the one thing that is he's been battling with his voice and getting sick all the way from ETH Denver, and I had some antibiotics or some steroids that I brought with me from when I lose my voice at events that worked then.
Oh,
but he went to Vegas. What happened? Action in Vegas?
It's really dry in Vegas, man. That's what happened in Vegas.
Hence why you need your ETH Denver water bottle.
Nah, bro, I'm over here taking some Triactin and, you know, just
man.
Shit.
You know, it's funny is when I got back and I was telling my girl how awesome those pills worked and it saved you for interviews, and she was like, she goes like this, she's like, I was looking for an entire day for those pills. Like, meanwhile, we haven't used them in like a year, but she was having, because it helps with like asthma and breathing as well too. And she's like, I couldn't find them. I was like, ooh, my bad. So yeah, I definitely, when I go to the doctor coming up here for my annual, I'm going to get a prescription of that. So that good for conferences and good for the home.
Incredible. It made a huge difference.
I heard I heard BitBoy Crypto was also, you know, prescribed that, but you know, Action was just kind of
Action asked him about that.
Bro, if you're willing to get interviewed
out in Vegas, my guy, how was the trip? You came back one piece. You're back in the studio, man. The space has been awesome.
It was 24 hours, man. I left at like 6:30 in the morning, came back at 7 p.m. It was a quick trip. Had to take care of actually one of our Genzio clients out there, Zandium. Shout out Bernie. Bernie's got a big YouTube channel, dude. He's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on. Yeah, no, he's a good dude, man. He's a good guy. Also a Solana validator, and if you know how much Solana you need to stake to be a validator, that should take
72,000 minimum. You know, like 100,000 in Solana. It's pretty. That's massive.
And you went by when you were there and you
went to
did
the
the
office.
interview. Yeah. How was it?
Yeah, Dane was so like that was the first time that he actually recorded interviews at the office. Pretty awesome. We're still getting it set up. Like I
went to the Vegas office in Genzio's office in Vegas.
Yeah.
Sweet,
I went to two different places. I recorded with Zandium for like 4 hours at a separate a podcasting place because they were actually getting the office set up. But Dane is the dude. Shout out to Dane. Like he does so much in the background for Genzio. Nobody like ever sees him unless they're getting interviewed. But he's the one making it happen. He was over there.
No, even at the media house, I saw him like when we were there at the tail end. He was just like very quiet and just been like, all right, I got to pack up multiple suitcases, figure out how to get all this gear back now.
I freaking love Dane.
Oh, he just tackled it, man.
All right,
dude, did you get a box? Sorry to deviate. Did you get an empty box? Because Scott was like, well, I think I just mailed an empty box and then took home some headphones. And
what happened? What happened with your Amazon stuff?
I just got an email today saying that they received 1 unit. I'm about to give them a call and be like, yo, what are you talking about? I scanned into it.
I love it.
Which we did. It's fine. I don't care, dude. It's like a couple of $100, whatever. I got to sell some Deuterogenics NFTs, and I'll make that money back.
Make some flips, baby.
You know, honestly,
That's
one
awesome.
of the main reasons why that wallet I mentioned earlier, I want to do the video and use it a bit is because
they
I
give
want
it
to
to you
put it.
for free and you owe them.
What?
Because they gave it to you for free and you owe them a video.
Oh no, I definitely owe them a video. That's for sure, and I did get it for free. But with the
And
screen,
I did get
I'm
it.
not a huge NFT person. But I want to put like a Doodlegenic on there, and
That'd
maybe
be
put
dope.
like my Big Red NFT on there. And then when I go out there to the actual track, it's like I have it physically on me. You know what I mean? Like sort of like I don't know. Just feel a little
I
bit.
can't
more-
wait for RDF chips to start integrating with more NFTs and
Yeah.
starting your car and doing all this crazy stuff, you know.
But Scott, I had put something up on the screen, like it was technically breaking news of what's going on with Solana. But I will say, if something's on screen, you don't want to talk about it. That's up to you.
Up to you, Tony.
It's up to you. Well, listen, ETF on Sol makes me extra bullish.
See, this has been rumored and talked about for a year that we would see this, and then with the election and stuff, a lot of people started talking about maybe XRP and blah blah blah. But I was expecting this. I actually thought if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said probably within a year by now that this would have been launched or whatnot. Now that this is coming up like this, I don't know. When do you guys think? Think fall?
October.
Yeah.
October historically is generally when we see the markets pump. We have this like little like Hail Mary going into like Christmas. And then after everyone realizes they've racked up too much Visa and MasterCard debt. And then, we start capitulating just like we have in March and February. So
does this article say what the dates or the filing dates, deadlines, and things like that? Is there any sort of time frame in there?
Yeah, so they submitted it literally today, bro. Like this is brand new.
This
But
is on the
Franklin
12th.
Templeton is pretty stinking big, right? Like they move markets, which is a big deal. But there has been in other news here. I'll share this tab instead. The XRP, Dogecoin, SOL, and LTC ETFs hit
a delay.
So the people that have already applied, they did hit a delay. But I don't see this not going through by the end of the year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, look, even if you have an XRP Doge, like I could see some of those being delayed. I better take this back because I can see Solana being delayed too because there's an argument with all the volume from meme coins and whatever else and
speculation.
They have been delayed because according to official documentation, the affected ETFs and revised targeted decision dates include spot Solana ETF, which has already taken. So they already delayed technically one of the Solana ETF requests there. They also did the Litecoin one, the Spot ETF from Canary.
I think this happens in the fall then.
Yeah, I totally expect this to be in the fall, which is when we're going to see not financial advice, but that's when I expect to see all-time highs for all of this stuff. And I have my sell. I don't mind saying it. So $270,000 Bitcoin, I will be selling some. That's my prediction.
If it's at 270, I'll definitely be selling some. And just at that point, if Bitcoin's at 270, alts will be doing very, very well, and I will dump all of them too. And I will double down on my conviction.
We pray for alts to do well. That's not a guarantee. We hit all-time highs and alts were nowhere
as much as it's depressing looking at some of these alts because of my personal investment strategy over the years.
Or lack thereof.
I'm up on my portfolio. So that's good. Even though there's some tokens in there that I'm down on because there's some that hit all-time lows just this week that didn't in the last couple of years.
How could you not be up in your portfolio? You've been investing since, like the 1800s.
Yeah, since 1706, I had the first wooden nickel.
Since the Silk Road days, everything was painted with silk.
I mean, look at this. See, I'm all gray. I'm all getting aged here. But apparently, I'd be like,
dude, by the time Bitcoin
I'd be a hot topic in another country.
The top floor will maybe go a little gray. No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot. But no, I mean, look at so I think markets will be a little bit choppy like this. I see that there's lots of great positivity administration wise and others towards crypto. Unfortunately, taxes, greater economic or things in the economy are, keeping things back right now. I do think the cycle will go up. I hope we do not have a real recession here, but I see things. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in the industry, work in the industry, streaming about the industry, invested into the industry. I mean, look, I've not only doubled down, I've tripled down. I've bet my life on it pretty much. So I think that, I got conviction in crypto and Web3, and we're just going to keep trying to keep everyone updated with what's really going on. No like fluff BS, like, hey, dollar in a dream type of stuff, or no, I think we just really want to bring what's going on and what's sort of realistic right now. And, this is just the way it is. Market's a little bit crappy. Hold on for a bit.
Topics, right?
And that hot topic, oh my God. You know what I remember about that
Is he
store?
still around?
I don't know. I remember this is back in like 1706 when Hot Topic first opened. This was so far back that they had carried Star Trek onesie costumes at Hot Topic.
I remember that.
And I forget honestly how old I was. It was probably like in elementary school. A bunch of us had got them to wear to school to do like an early on. What are those things called where everyone just flash mob, where everyone just shows up? Well, we sort of came up with the idea to do the corny Star Trek flash mob at our elementary school. Like this is like pre-internet. So yeah, I ended up having one of those for a bit from that store. Yeah. Things you shouldn't tell people.
Which one?
The red one. It was red and gray or black. You're going to look it up. And right now we need to end the stream because right now actions in Photoshop.
The red one always dies, right? That he never makes.
That was my favorite color, man.
I was waiting for you to take
RGB.
The whole outfit and then instantly like grab my face from here and put it on there. That's what I was expecting. You fell short on that action. All right, everyone's got to flood his comments. Flood his Twitter and his comments and say, "Feel better, action. Get better. Get well soon."
For me to find the right onesie. This is the right onesie.
Dude, that's like you, bro.
That's close.
It looks like action.
That looks like action. Action doesn't even have to put a hat on it. It's action. Little
bro. Like, is this the brown thing again? Rohan.
It's the smile. It's the smile. Be there. It's the smile.
It's the cheeks. It's the cheeks.
No, it's the hair. Take off the hat where you have the little thing. Anyways, we are completely sidetracking from crypto and Bitcoin news.
Looking like a Don, looking fresh, bro.
I got a haircut, bro.
Oh.
When we doing this GM next, guys, hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream. Play it back. Share with your friends.
Yes. Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time.
9 a.m. Cool.
We're going to be live again. So everyone should make sure to tap in.
You can keep talking. This is background music so that we can close out.
And you never know.
Make sure to repost, like, subscribe, follow all these guys up here next to me. And we'll be back on Friday. We're going to do a giveaway. Maybe we'll do a crypto giveaway, maybe an NFT giveaway. Maybe it'll be some merch from some of these events because we got a lot. Who knows? You'll have to check in with us on Friday. Have an amazing day and make sure to hit us up if you want to hear us talk about anything or address a topic.
Wonderful Wednesday, guys. We appreciate you tapping in. GM!
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Gen Z is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
You do not understand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Gen Z Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.